Hey, friends, how are you? I hope you're coming off of an incredible weekend and you are diving into your week with energy and with passion and with purpose and also with all your stuff because that's what we do, right? No matter how high vibe we are and no matter how amazing we feel, as Brene Brown says, we better be in the arena every day. It is messy as all hell, but it's totally worth it. So today, for the Power Up session, real quick, I'm going to give you an incredibly powerful question that you can use for yourself. If you're a coach, you can use for your coaching clients. That's going to help you really blow up some of your own personal bullshit and have immense clarity. So let me just go share this into my group like I always do. If you don't know about my group, it's called the Disruptors Nation, and it is full of women who are answering the call to rise and disrupt the status quo with their gifts by shining and standing in their truth. So if you don't know about that group, I would love for you to come over there and join us. So let me just real quick share this video over there, and then I will dive in.
With and disrupt the status quo with their gifts by shining and standing in their truth. So if you
Awesome. So let me, again, if you're just joining, welcome. It's so good to see you. I'm going to share with you a super powerful question that's going to stop you in your tracks, but just a little bit of context first. So, as I'm asking you to look at your own stuff, I am always looking at my own, always examining my own, and I'm trying to listen as you are super brave and super vulnerable, and you share with me, whether it's through Facebook Messenger or email or posts or comments, what the stuff is that you are currently bumping up against and working through, that's standing between the life you live right now, the business you have right now, the career you have right now, and the unlived life or the unbirthed business, and the theme that keeps coming up over and over and over from everybody that I talk to is the power of the stories that our fears tell us. What it tells us about who we have to be to live that unlived life, who we have to be in order to run that business or to, climb up that corporate ladder or write that first book or apply for that TED Talk or run for that office. What do we have to sacrifice? Who do we have to become? And our fear stories, they feel so powerful. So look, we all know that there's a lot of power in storytelling. Yet it seems like so many of us really forget that we are the authors of our own internal dialogue, our own internal stories. And we have a choice all the time. We can write those stories and listen to them and play them out over and over and over again in a way that builds clarity and confidence and courage and action, or we can write stories and then listen to them and act on them that are based on what our fears tell us, what our ego tells us, and what our negative life experiences, our past, tells us. Now, here's the thing about fear. When you experience fear related to that narrative, it makes our stories seem true. It makes our stories feel true. And those stories, we really tend to play them out day in and day out, over and over and over again. And they really lead us down this path of believing that just because something bad can happen, it will. And by the way, you won't survive it. You'll look like a total ass and humiliate yourself, and you won't recover. And I want to honor that for all of us, feeling that fear is a very real thing. I have fears too. But a point of clarity here, the thing that's holding you back isn't that you feel fear, okay? I'm calling a spade a spade. Everybody feels fear. Successful, uber successful people are not without any fears, okay? I feel them too. The thing that's holding you back isn't the fear itself. The thing that's holding you back is the story. And whether or not you have disciplined thinking about it or lazy thinking about it, whether or not you allow it to unfold in your mind's eye in a fearful, catastrophic way, It's about the way you allow the end of the story to be written over and over and over again, day after day, moment after moment. And the killer thing about that is a skill that can be learned and changed. So here's the question for the week. This is your power up. This is your reframe. This is your question for the week. And again, it's one you can use to self-coach, or it's one you can use if you are a coach with your coaching clients, but it's a really powerful one. And this is the question. If you learned how to let go of those fear-driven stories and move forward with courage, armed with courage, not fearlessly, but armed with courage, who would you be? Who would you be without your fear stories? Now, again, it's not who would you be without feeling fear. We're gonna feel fear. But who would you be if you rewrote those stories and you disciplined your mind so that there wasn't this lazy thinking that just repeated worst case scenarios every day, all day long, triggering anxiety and self-doubt and overwhelm and panic and worry and, yes, fear of all kinds, throwing up that massive wall of resistance. And resistance, my friends, is the thing that stands between the life you live now and the unlived life. This is the truth. I call building that skill learning how to fear forward. And I'm going to be teaching a brand new workshop on this and how you can build that skill. But for now, the important thing is to get clear on the answer to that question: who would I be without my stories about fear? So it gives you permission to feel fear, but you take 100% responsibility for the stories you're not only writing, but playing out in your head over and over that are making your decisions for you. Who would you be being right now without those stories? And the answer might make you a little uncomfortable. I've had to ask myself this question many times because as I stretch of late in bigger ways than I've ever stretched before, with things that I'm doing, things that I'm saying, people I'm attracting, opportunities that are coming my way, things I'm asking for and applying for and putting myself out there for, many of which I'm going to get rejected from, my fear stories come up. They rise up. My fear rises up. And I am tempted to drain my confidence and drain my courage and drain my clarity. But because I have developed a skill set that allows me to grow my confidence and grow my courage and grow my action taking in the face of fear, those stories don't determine who I am being in the world. So I want to hear more about this from you. I want to hear about your fear stories, and I want to hear about who you think you would be without them. So pop that in the comments below, not only so that you can kind of claim it for yourself, saying that I am no longer available to live a life and build a business and build a career based on fear stories, instead of my potential, my passion, my purpose, my courage, my energy, my gifts. But I want you to see each other. I want you to see that this is so incredibly common. And I want you to tap into that yearning to be free of this, so you can build a life, a business, a career of your ultimate dreams. And I can't wait to teach you some new skills about how I've done it, how I've taught other people to do it, private clients and small group clients. And now I want to teach you how to do that, because the tragedy is dying with the life unlived. So can't wait to swing back around and read your comments about that. I invite you to be as vulnerable as you can here, as honest as you can. And that's not about, spilling your guts about everything that's ever happened to you. It's about being brave enough to admit you want what you do not yet have, and to admit that you doubt that you either can have it, that you deserve it, or that it's even possible at all. So that you see that we're all in this together, and that you see that this is absolutely changeable. That is my hope and wish for you, and that is what I promise to show up and teach you. So I am heading out on Saturday to the beach. I will be showing up this Thursday for the Thursday Throwdown, where I'm going to talk about this at length. So I hope you tune in then. And in the meantime, while I'm headed out for the beach next week, I've shared a link to a masterclass called Limitless Impact that's coming down off of my website in the next couple of weeks to be replaced with some brand new juicy stuff. But it is still a super powerful and free masterclass that teaches you how to rewire limiting beliefs in 30 days or less. So if you're bumping up against, I'm not allowed to have it, I don't deserve to have it, it's not possible or safe for me to have it, then this is the masterclass for you. So make sure you click to watch it now, especially while I'm away at the beach. And I'm not going to be sending you much stuff. Now is the time to dive into that free masterclass before it disappears for good. All right, everybody, as always, sending you off into your day with much love. And I will see you on Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern for the Thursday Throwdown.